All right, well, it is just about that time to begin today. Is there anything you guys would like to work on in particular? Do we just feel like flowing since we won't have class next week for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, that's good.
How do you feel, Sabine? Good? Awesome. Why don't we actually go ahead and begin standing up with a little bit more of an active practice today. So make your way onto the center of your mat. Go ahead and find that Tadasana. Let me get the music going. And if at any point in time you feel like I sound a little bit distant or my voice is a little quiet, always feel free to let me know. I'm going to join you guys there shortly, but go ahead and come into Tadasana. Let your hands come down by the hips. Take a deep breath in through the nose and start off with the deep cleansing breath out through the mouth. Another breath just like that. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then start to find that breath in through the nose and out through the nose as you begin to close down the eyes, shut down the gaze. Let go of that sense of vision and allow yourself this time just to connect a little bit more to your breath, to connect a little bit more to your mat, and starting to find the beginning of our practice here. See if you can maintain the steady, even pace. Inhale and exhale. Let your hands just relax down by the hips. With every breath in, think about drawing that air in through the nose. Bring the breath in to fill up the lungs. Drawing it into the belly and exhale. Gently releasing that breath away, releasing some tension with it. You think about breathing in that love and light, that gratitude today. And exhale, let go of your fears, your worries, any stress and tension from the mind and body. Feel the weight of your feet root a little bit more firmly into the mat. Feel that lift in the heart, that lengthening of the spine with every inhale. And exhale, let that breath go. If you'd like to build a little bit more heat or build a little bit more core strength today, you're welcome to take those Ujjayi oceans rolling breath for our practice. Breathing in through the nose and exhaling out through the nose with a slight constriction in the back of the throat. That Ujjayi breath will help you again to build some heat and just find a little bit more core engagement. And I want you to take a moment just to set an intention here at the beginning of our practice. Allow yourself this time to breathe. Let go of everything else. We're going to get a little bit more movement here next, but I want you to take just 3 more breath cycles to clear your mind of any worries. Just use this time to focus on your breath. Whenever you're ready from here, I want you to begin to open up the eyes. Let's inhale, start to sweep the fingertips all the way up overhead. Press the palms of the hands together. And then exhale, release the palms of the hands back down in a big circle towards the hips. We'll inhale, lift fingertips up towards the sky. And exhale, release the fingertips down, press at the base of the hips. Inhale, maybe lift the gaze up to match the fingertips. Exhale, release the chin towards the chest. And just move through this for 3 more breath cycles. You don't have to worry about moving as fast as I'm moving. Feel free to move at your own pace. Match those inhales with that lift and exhale with that release. Last one here, inhale. Let's sweep the fingertips, keep the fingertips lifted overhead for extended mountain. Draw the biceps back by the ears, and let's take a steeple grip, interlacing the lower 3 fingers while index fingers reach up towards the sky. Breathe in through the nose, exhale, gently fold over to the left side of the room, keep shoulders and hips square to the front, lift the chin away from the chest, side body stretch. We'll inhale to the center and exhale over to the left. And then let's inhale to the center, exhale, swan dive down, move into your first forward fold. Let the palms of the hands gently relax on the mat, on the ankles, on the shins. You can also ragdoll the arms here if you prefer. Let yourself breathe. Make sure you're bending the knees as much as necessary to really let that belly rest all the way down on the thighs. Awesome job. Bring the belly even closer. Bend the knees just a little bit more. Soften all of that tension out of your low back. And then when you're ready from here, inhale, find a halfway lift. Nice, strong halfway lift, flat back. Reach the crown of the head towards the front side of the room. Press the hips towards the back side of the room. And then let's exhale, release the hands back down to the mat. Plant all 10 fingertips into the mat. We're gonna step just the left foot to the back edge of the mat here. Bring the hands to frame that front right foot, moving into our first runner's lunge. Your right knee is bent 90 degrees over right ankle. Keep the left heel lifted. Draw the eyes to the front side of the room. If you'd like to, you can even press into the fingertips for a little bit more height here. Breathe in through the nose. And as you exhale, begin to walk that right foot over towards the left edge of your mat. Tuck the right toes in towards that left hip crease. Release left knee to the mat. Plant the top of the left foot into the mat, moving into a pigeon pose. Beautiful job. So make sure you're centered on the hips. You can keep this right foot tucked in towards that left hip crease, especially if the hip flexors are pretty tight. Keep the palms of the hands about shoulders width apart, and try not to lock out through the elbows here. Have a slight bend in the elbows. Feel that openness in your heart. Keep the eyes gently down towards the mat to maintain a neutral position in the neck as well. And as you breathe into this pigeon, if you'd like to add a little bit more openness into the hips, you can slowly bring that shin a little bit more parallel to the front edge of your mat. Try not to roll over into that right hip. Awesome work. And then whenever you're ready from here, let's plant left toes in towards the mat. Grip the mat with all 10 fingers. Inhale, lift the left knee off of the mat. Take a deep breath in. We're going to gently lift the knee off of the mat and then bring that palm of the foot back in between both palms of the hands. Runner's lunge. Nice transition. Take your time. Breathe in and breathe out. And then when you're ready from here, plant the palms of the hands in towards the mat. Step your right foot to the back edge of the mat. Our first high plank. Let's warm up through that core. Make sure you're lifting that belly button up towards the spine. Your heels are reaching towards the back side of the room. Or always, you can take a plank variation by releasing the knees towards the mat. And from here, take a deep breath in. Lean your plank slightly forward. Exhale, low plank. We're all the way down towards the mat. Since it's the beginning of our practice, plank tops of the feet into the earth. Inhale for your first cobra, or you can turn it into up dog. And then we'll plant toes in towards the mat. Lift the hips up towards the sky. Release the heels towards the earth. Pedal out the legs in your first down dog. We won't be here super long because I want us to go ahead and open up the hip on that opposite side with pigeon with the left hip this time. So whenever you are done pedaling out your legs in your down dog, come back into your center down dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and then exhale, gently walk the feet up to meet the hands. Another forward fold. Again, bending the knees as much as necessary to really let that belly rest on the thighs today. Think about lifting the hips up towards the sky. The crown of the head reaches towards the earth. The hands are just gently resting on the ankles or the mat. On that next breath in, find your halfway lift. Let the palms of the hands rest on the shins. Try not to lock out through the knees. Shoulders and hips are pointed or square down towards the mat. Release the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in through the nose and exhale. Release all 10 fingertips down towards the mat. You can plant fingertips or palms of the hands here. Deep breath in. Exhale, step just the right foot to the back edge of your mat. Left knee is bent 90 degrees. Back right heel is lifted, runner's lunge. Your fingertips are framing that front left palm of the foot. See if you can draw your gaze to the front side of the room. Think about keeping left knee stacked over left ankle. Breathe in And as you exhale, walk that left foot over towards the right edge of your mat. Tuck those left toes in towards your right hip crease. Release right knee to the mat and then plant the top of the right foot in towards the mat. So we want to avoid rolling over into this left hip. Do your best to stay centered in between both hips. Keep the left toes tucked in towards the right hip crease. Palms of the hands are about shoulders width apart, and instead of locking out through the elbows, so you can keep a slight bend today. Maybe rotate the shoulders down the length of the spine. Feel that length and space for your neck. Gently gaze down towards the mat. And if you'd like a little bit more openness, a little bit more mobility in this left hip, you can go ahead and bring that left shin a little bit more parallel to the front edge of your mat. Come back to be centered in the hips though. Breathe in. An Ujjayi breath out. Hopefully that hip flexor is starting to open up. Feeling that tension melt out of that left IT band. And when you're ready, let's plant right toes in towards the mat. We're gonna inhale, lift that right knee up. See if you can engage that core strength. Lift the pelvic floor. Inhale, bring left knee by left elbow. Exhale, release left palm of the foot in between both palms of the hands. Runner's lunge. So your back right heel is lifted, left knee is bent 90 degrees. Awesome work, everyone. Deep breath in. As you exhale, let the palms of the hands come towards the mat. One more deep breath in. Exhale, step your left foot all the way to the back edge of the mat. High plank. So you can stay here in that traditional high plank with shoulders stacked over the wrist, heels drawn to the back side of the room, or you can always release knees down towards the mat. Maintain that spinal alignment here. Take another deep breath in to lean your plank forward. Exhale, let's release all the way down onto the mat. Let the chest rest on the mat, chin rest at the center. Plant the tops of the feet towards the earth. From here, take a moment, rotate the shoulder blades down the length of the spine. Make sure the elbows are tucked in, hugging the sides of the rib cage. Bring your eyes to the front side of the room. Deep breath in through the nose as you gently lift just the head and heart off of the mat. Let the palms of the hands hover half an inch off of the earth for our baby cobra. Gently stretching across the chest, waking up lower back muscles, strengthening them here. Breathe in, and when you're ready, exhale. Release right cheek down to the mat. Release palms of the hands back down underneath the shoulder blades. So you may feel the shoulders want to hunch up like this. I really encourage you, rotate them down the length of the spine. Think about pulling shoulder blades down towards the edges of your feet. Hug the elbows in towards the rib cage. Spread all 10 fingers out nice and wide. Keep the tops of the feet rooted, chin at the center of your mat. Take a deep breath in to slowly peel the head and heart off of the mat, moving into our full cobra. So with full cobra, the chin is parallel to the earth. The chest is facing the front side of the room. Use your core strength here. And start warming up through that low back as well. We're strengthening that low back while opening up through the heart. One more deep breath in, and then let's exhale all the way back down. Let your left temple or left cheek rest on the mat. Hands can stay resting underneath the shoulders. Again, if you feel the shoulders start to droop forward or hunch forward, take a moment, rotate them down the length of the spine. Hug the elbows in along the sides of the ribs. When you're ready from here, let's bring the chin to the center of your mat. Keep the tops of the feet planted. Find the length and space of your neck. Spread all 10 fingertips nice and wide. Deep breath into, again, peel the head and heart off of the mat. This time, if you'd like to, lift the thighs off as well for our up dog. Keep your gaze to the front side of the room. Exhale, plant toes towards the mat. Inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. Exhale, release the heels towards the earth. And pedal out your legs in that down dog. Take your time here. Whatever leg is extended, think about drawing that leg's heel into the mat. Stretching out through that hamstring, and then when you're ready, meet me back in your center, steady down dog. You're gripping the mat with all 10 fingers. Try not to lock out through the knees or the elbows. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Your heart's pressing towards the thighs. The hips are lifted up towards the sky. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And on that next inhale, deep breath in, exhale, release the knees all the way down towards the mat. Plant big toes to touch. Press the hips gently back towards the heels. Our first child's pose. If your wrists are feeling a little fatigued, you can flip the palms of the hands up towards the front, or up towards the sky. Press the backs of the hands gently in towards the mat. You can also just rotate the wrists out clockwise and counterclockwise. Otherwise, you're welcome to just enjoy a few moments here in child's pose. To reconnect with your breath, reconnect with your intention. See if you can soften the arms back down into their sockets. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Nice, neutral spinal position. And then on that next inhale, let's lift the hips off of the heels. Come into your first tabletop position. Stack shoulders over the wrists, knees underneath the hips. Tops of the feet can be pointed in towards the mat, or you can bring toes in towards the mat, your choice. Take a deep breath in to lift through the head and heart, sink through the belly, finding cow. Exhale, round out through the spine, tuck the chin in towards the chest, press through the shoulders for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Another inhale for cow. And one last exhale for cat. And we'll come into that neutral tabletop position. Let's go off of our wrists next. So let's plant toes in towards the mat. Inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. Release the heels down towards the earth. Down dog. Breathe in to step the feet up to meet the hands. Forward fold. And let's go ahead and reach opposite hands to opposite elbow. Create a box for the crown of your head. You can ragdoll here, letting the shoulders drift towards the earth. Crown of the head drifts towards the earth. If you would rather maintain that broad chest, you can also work to keep the arms in their sockets. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Just let yourself sway from side to side. When you're ready, meet me back in your center, forward fold. Let the fingertips resting towards the mat. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Think about creating a neutral spinal column here. So instead of rounding out through the shoulders, we're keeping everything just slightly engaged and lifted. Breathe in through the nose if you'd like to add a deeper bend in towards the knees. And then exhale, walk the right hand to rest on your left ankle. Inhale, we're going to lift left fingertips up towards the sky for a twisted forward fold. Beautiful job. Breathe in. And then exhale, release left hand down to left ankle. Walk the fingertips to the middle. And then we'll walk the left hand over towards right ankle. Open your heart to the right side of the room. Inhale, lift right fingertips up towards the sky. Take nice deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, exhale, release that right hand down to right ankle. Walk the fingertips back in towards the center, in front of all 10 toes. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Nice little break. Try not to lock out through the knees, right? Soft bend in the knees. Your upper body's parallel to the earth. Gaze gently down towards the mat. Exhale, release forward fold. And then inhale, reverse swan dive. Sweep the fingertips all the way up towards the sky. Extending the mountain. Take a steeple grip once again. Lower the shoulder blades down the length of the spine. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale, we'll fold over to the right side of the room, keeping shoulders and hips square to the front here. Inhale to the center and fold to the opposite side. Shoulders and hips stay square to the front. Inhale to the center. Exhale, hands to heart, center Tadasana. Make sure the feet are about hips width distance apart. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, let's hinge through the hips. Bend the knees, incline upper body about 45 degrees. I want you to lower it down until you find the point of most resistance in the quads. Try not to overarch to this low back. Instead, make sure you're engaging that core. You're still lifting that belly button in towards the spinal column, hands at heart center. Breathe in and breathe out. You got this. Another breath in, another breath out, and then we'll inhale, rise back up to stand Tadasana. Let's move into some balance work. So go ahead and gently shift that weight over to that standing right leg, or standing left leg. Sorry, I'll do my best to mirror you. Inhale, we'll lift opposite right leg 90 degrees off of the mat. Keep your hands at heart center. Can you draw your eyes to the front side of the room? Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Take another deep breath in, and then exhale, release out of that stork. Bring the palms of the feet back onto, we've got hips width distance apart. Shift your weight over to that standing right leg this time. Inhale, we'll lift left leg 90 degrees off of the mat. Make sure the hips are in a neutral position. We don't have this left hip being higher than the right. And if you fall out of the balance, it's all good. Keep those left toes gently curled in towards the shin, hands at heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale, set that palm of the foot down on towards the mat. Keep hands at heart center. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale, hinge through the hips. Bend the knees. Another chair. Beautiful job. Your weight should be in towards the heels, slightly in towards the hips. Your feet will lift all 10 toes as a balance check before setting them back down onto the mat. Breathe in, and when you're ready, exhale, release into that forward fold. Let's stretch it out through the hamstrings now. Keep the feet hips width distance apart. Lift into the shoulders a little bit by pressing fingertips in towards the mat. Slight bend in the knees. Keep your right foot rooted this time. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, gently bend through. Right knee, step left foot 2 to 3 feet to the back side of the mat. So you may find that this left hip wants to open up towards the sky. I really encourage you to bend through that front right knee to keep that left hip pointed down towards the earth. The feet are hips width distance apart, and we're stretching out through this front right hamstring here. Breathe in through the nose. As you exhale, can you press that right thigh a little bit more towards the back side of the room? Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, press that right thigh a little bit more towards the back side of the room. One more time. And then stay here for 2 breath cycles. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Draw the forehead even closer to that right knee. And then exhale, step that front left or back left foot up to meet that front right foot. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Take a little break. Release that tension out of the hamstrings. Exhale, back down to the mat. Plant the fingertips in front of the toes. Root your left foot in towards the mat this time. Slight bend in left knee. Deep breath in. Exhale, step right foot 2 to 3 to the back edge, 2 to 3 feet to the back edge of your mat. So same thing here. You may find that this right hip wants to open up towards the sky. Really try to keep that right hip pointed down towards the earth. All 10 toes are pointed forward. Can you find that lengthened space for your neck? Neutral spinal position. It's okay to start off with this left knee bent a little bit more. Breathe in. Exhale. We're going to press back today. Inhale, release. Exhale, press that left thigh to the back edge of the room. One more time. Breathe in. Exhale. Come into that deepest point of this pyramid pose. 2 breath cycles here. And as you finish that second exhale, bend through left knee, step right foot up to meet the left. Quick forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Sweep fingertips all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center, Tadasana. Let's move into a little bit more balance work. Start to shift that weight over to that standing left foot. Hands are at heart center. Inhale, lift her right leg 90 degrees off of the mat. Make sure right hip is in equal alignment with that left hip. And then whenever you're ready from here, open up that right knee over towards the side of the room. And then we're going to move into our tree today. You can plant palm of the right foot either at the lower calf, down at a kickstand, or you can bring that right palm of the foot all the way up onto that inner left thigh. Hands can stay at heart center, or if you'd like to, inhale, press the palms of the hands together up overhead. Exhale, open up the branches of your tree. You keep the gaze forward. You can bring the gaze down towards the earth to make this balance a little easier, or to make it a little more challenging, lift the gaze up towards the sky. When you're ready from here, let's bring our hands back to heart center. Release that right palm of the foot steadily off of that left balancing leg. Inhale, bring right knee back into the center, stork. Exhale, set right palm of the foot down towards the mat. Maybe shake out that tension in that balancing left leg. Bring your hands back to heart center, feet are hips width distance apart. Shift your weight over to that standing right foot. Inhale, lift left leg 90 degrees off of the mat. Make sure the hips are in a neutral position, hands start at heart center. When you feel steady and ready here, begin to open that left knee over towards that left side of the room. Exhale, gently place left palm of the foot either down at that lower tree, down at a kickstand, or up on that right inner thigh. Keep your shoulders and hips square to the front though. Try not to tilt over towards that left side of the rail. And try to take whatever variation you took on the other side. So if you want to, you can inhale, Press the palms of the hands back up overhead. Exhale, open up the branches of your tree. Remember to keep breathing. Nice, slow, steady breaths. And then whenever you're ready, inhale, bring the palms of the hands back together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's release that left palm of the foot slowly off of that right standing base leg. Inhale, bring left knee back into the center for stork. Exhale, set that left palm of the foot off onto the mat. Shake out that tension in that opposite leg. And then meet me back in your Tadasana. Mountain pose, feet or hips a distance apart. When you're ready, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, hinge through the hips. Bend the knees, chair. Upper body's inclined 45 degrees. Hands can stay at heart center, or you can sweep fingertips up towards the sky. Deep breaths in, steady breaths out. Another deep breath in, and then exhale, forward fold. Keep all 10 fingertips rooted into the mat. Keep your right foot planted this time. Slight bend in the knees, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, step your left foot to the back edge of the mat. Another runner's lunge. So your left heel is lifted, all 10 toes point forward. Make sure you're keeping shoulders away from the ears. From here, pivot that back left foot parallel to the back edge of your mat. Inhale, rise up, use that core strength, warrior two. Your arms are in line with the shoulders. That weight distribution is even between both palms of the feet. Your heart and hips are open over towards the left. Your eyes are gazing over that front right middle finger. Breathe in and breathe out. On that next inhale, we're going to reverse that right palm of the hand up towards the sky. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Let left hand fall, rest on that back left leg. Keep the right fingertips lifted in line with right shoulder today. Can you draw your eyes up to meet the right fingertips? You're going to feel that the weight wants to slightly shift towards this back left hip. I really encourage you, maintain that warrior integrity. Keep the right knee bent 90 degrees. Back left leg is strong. Instead of focusing on that compression of the left, I want you to think about lifting through that right side of the body, reaching up towards the sky. And then let's exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down, runner's lunge. Pivot all 10 toes to the front side of the room. Back left heel's lifted. Bring your left hand to the inner edge of that right foot. Inhale, lift right fingertips up towards the sky. Both arms are in line with the shoulders. Breathe in and exhale. Release right palm of the foot to frame that front right foot. So right palm of the hand to frame that front right foot. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, step right foot back to meet the left high plank, or again, that plank variation. Palms of the hands or shoulders width apart. Inhale, lean your plank forward. Exhale, low plank all the way down to the mat. Inhale for up dog. Exhale, down dog. Feel free to pedal out the legs. Take a deep breath in. Take a breath out. And then inhale, stick the feet up to meet the hands. Forward fold. Let's take that series to the other side. If you'd like to, just take a few moments here before we move it to the other side to just slow the breath back down, to just enjoy your forward fold. Let the crown of the head reach towards the earth, hips lift towards the sky. One more breath cycle. And then let's take it to the other side. Keeping your left foot rooted this time, slide bend in the knees, palms of the hands or fingertips rooted towards the mat. Breathe in, exhale, step right foot to the back edge of your mat, runner's lunge. Left knee is 90 degrees over left ankle. Your gaze is towards the front side of the room, and then pivot that back right foot to become parallel to the back edge of your mat. You can always shorten the stance as well, or you can widen it based on your preference. Inhale, use that core strength. Rise up, warrior two. So your heart is open towards the right side of the room. Left knee is bent 90 degrees. Your arms are in line with shoulders. Your gaze is over that front left middle finger. Make sure that weight is evenly distributed between that front right palm of the foot and that back right palm of the foot. One leg should not feel stronger or more or heavier than the other here. When you're ready, inhale. Flip that left palm of the hand up towards the sky. Exhale. flip that left hand up towards the ceiling for your reverse warrior. Beautiful job. Again, keep that left hand lifted up towards the ceiling. Think about lifting here on this left side of the body, not so much about compressing through that right. Maintain the integrity of your warrior stance. You're strong, you're powerful, you got this. Lift the eyes up towards those left fingertips. Another deep breath in and then exhale. Cartwheel the hands all the way down. Another runner's lunge. You can always adjust that stance, make it more narrow or a little wider based on your preference. Left knee's bent over, left ankle. Bring your right hand to the inner edge of that left palm of the foot. Inhale, sweep the left fingertips up towards the sky. Nice twisted low lunge here, or runner's lunge. Try not to let this left palm of the hand fall all the way to the back side of the room. Do your best to keep it in line with left shoulder. Your gaze is over towards the left side of the room. And then when you're ready, exhale, release left palm of the hand to frame that front left foot. Let the palms of the hands come in towards the mat. Engage that core strength. Deep breath in, exhale, step left foot to the back edge of the mat. High plank. Palms of the hands or shoulders are over the wrist, heels are to the back side of the room. Inhale, lean your plank forward. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Pedal out those legs. Release that tension out of the quads, out of the hamstrings. And then when you're ready, meeting your steady center, down dog. Slight bend in the knees, slight bend in the elbows. Try not to let the shoulders hunch up towards the ears. Instead, let the shoulders relax down the length of the spine. Crown of the head reaches towards the earth. Heart presses towards the thighs, and the hips lift up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more deep breath in, and then let's exhale. Release the knees all the way down towards the mat. Big toes to touch. Press the hips towards the heels. Child's pose. So the fingertips can either stay reaching towards the front side of the room. Just soften the arms back into the sockets if you prefer. You can put palms of the hands up towards the sky, or you can even turn this into embryo, reaching hands towards the heels. Try to let your forehead rest at the center of the mat. And you're welcome to take cleansing breaths here if you'd like to start to cool down the body. With those cleansing breaths, you'll be breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. See if you can do an audible exhale as you're breathing out through the mouth to release that heat. One last cleansing breath. And then return to your natural steady pace breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then whenever you're ready from here, we're going to bring all 10 fingertips once again to the front side of the room. Plant the fingertips in towards the mat. Hover the elbows slightly off of the earth. See if you can draw the eyes forward. Breathe in and breathe out. On that next breath in, slowly walk the fingertips over towards the right side of the room. Press the hips over towards the left side. Body stretch. Reach those left fingertips all the way into that right corner of the room. Lengthen a little bit more on that left side of the body. And then let's inhale, walk the hands to the center. Exhale, fingertips over towards the right. Hips press over toward, or fingertips over towards the opposite side. Hips towards the opposite side. So it doesn't matter which side you started with, just take it to the other way. Focus on lengthening across the side of your body, not so much compressing. And then inhale, walk the fingertips towards the center. Exhale, release down in towards the mat. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. We're going to stretch it out through the shoulders now with threaded needle. Whenever you are ready, inhale, lift the right fingertips up towards the sky. Open your heart to the right side of the room. Exhale, thread right arm underneath left shoulder. Let the right shoulder blade rest into the mat. Your right temple's resting in the mat. You can either keep hips on the heels, or you can inhale, gently lift the hips slightly off, adding just a little bit of your own body weight into this threaded needle. Let yourself breathe, slow the breath back down. Feel that tension melt out of the shoulders, out of the chest. And then on that next inhale, unthread the needle, lift right hand back up towards the sky, lower the hips down towards the heels. Exhale, right hand down to the center of your mat. Let's take that to the other side. Inhale, lift left hand up overhead. Open your heart all the way to the left side of the room. Exhale, thread left arm underneath right shoulder, left temple or left cheek comes to rest on the mat. Left palm of the hand flips up towards the sky. And again, if you'd like to, you can inhale. Lift the hips gently off of the mat, adding just a little bit of extra resistance into this threaded needle. And whenever you're ready, unthread the needle. Inhale, lift left hand back up overhead. Open your heart. Exhale, release the fingertips down onto the mat, center child's pose. As you inhale, lift the hips off of the heels. Come into your tabletop position. Shoulders stack over the wrists, knees are underneath the hips. Inhale, lift through the head and heart. Draw the eyes towards the sky for cow. Exhale, round out through the spine. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Press up through the shoulders for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Last one. Inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. And when you're ready to come into that neutral tabletop position, keep the shoulders stacked over the wrists. The knees are underneath the hips. And let's finish off today with a spinal balance. So when you're ready, inhale, lift that right arm in line with right ear. Keep the right palm of the hand over towards the left side of the room. Exhale, extend that left leg to the back edge of your mat. Inhale, lift left leg gently off of the mat. Keep that left thigh in line with left hip. Your eyes are gently down towards the mat. Use that core strength so that way we're not overarching through that low back, right? Nice and neutral spinal position. And then exhale, release back down into your tabletop position. Let's take it to the other side. Inhale, lift left arm in line with left ear. Exhale, extend that back right leg to the back edge of your mat. Inhale, slowly lift right thigh in line with right hip. Use your core strength to maintain that balance. Breathe in, breathe out. Another deep breath in and exhale. Tabletop position, beautiful job. Whenever you're ready, slowly walk the palms of the hands back towards the knees. Let the sit bones come down onto the hips. And then maybe bring the inner thighs a little bit closer together for a seated hero's pose. So once you're in that hero's pose, go ahead and bring the hands to rest gently on the inner thighs. Take a deep breath in to lift the chin away from the chest, gaze up towards the ceiling, let the head relax here. Allow yourself this time to be vulnerable, to trust in your body, to trust in your senses. We're opening the throat up towards the sky, using that tension out of our shoulders and upper back. When you're ready, exhale. Gently release the chin towards the chest, and we'll stay here for the same amount of time. Try not to let the shoulders hunch forward. Keep the shoulders down the length of the spine. Breathe in and breathe out. On that next breath in, lift the chin back to a neutral position. From here, we'll inhale. Sweep the fingertips up towards the sky. Press the palms of the hands together. And exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Beautiful job. From here, whenever you're ready, go ahead and release the hands down towards the mat. Let's sweep the feet out in front of you. Come into a seated position with the sit bones resting on the mat. Legs gently extended out in front of you. Upper body is parallel to the front side of the room. Maybe take a moment, point and flex through the toes. Ease some tension out of the ankles. And then whenever you're ready, let the palms of the hands come to rest on the thighs. Lift the chin gently away from the chest. Inhale, sweep fingertips up overhead. Exhale, hinging just through the hips. Slowly release the fingertips either down to meet the shins, the ankles, or all the way down around the toes. Just avoid rounding up through the upper back like this. I want you to think about maintaining that length and space that we've worked so hard to create for our neck today. Maintaining that openness in your heart, that nice broad chest. Your eyes can either be gently towards the toes, which are just slightly flexed away. You can gently gaze down towards the knees, towards the mat. Inhale, can you lengthen a little bit more through the spinal column? Exhale, fold a little deeper. And then we'll inhale, lift our fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, place all 10 fingers underneath your right knee as you hug the right knee in towards the heart here. That left leg stays extended on the mat. Make sure you're seated up nice and tall. Deep breath in, exhale, cross right palm of the foot to the outer edge of your left thigh. Inhale, we'll sweep fingertips up overhead. Make sure the sit bones are rooted in towards the mat. Exhale, twist over towards the right. Let the palm of the right hand rest on the mat behind your low back. That left elbow hooks around the outer edge of that right thigh. Inhale, sit up a little taller. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, sit up taller. Exhale, twist deeper. And then inhale, unwind out of that twist. Exhale, gently twist to the opposite side, letting this right elbow rest to the inner edge of that right knee. Left hand's resting on the mat behind that low back. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist a little bit more. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift all 10 fingertips up overhead. Center the body to the front side of the room. Exhale, release all 10 fingers underneath that right knee. Untuck that right palm of the foot. Exhale, right leg comes down onto the mat. Inhale, hug left knee in towards the chest. On that next breath, cross that left palm of the foot to the outer edge of your right knee or that right leg. Both sit bones still stay rooted in towards the mat. Inhale, lift fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, twist over towards the left. Right elbow hooks around the outer edge of that left knee. Your left hand's resting on the mat. The right fingertips can either stay pointed up towards the sky, or you can always exhale, release that hand down towards the mat. Can you inhale, sit up taller? Exhale, twist deeper. Start to slow that breath back down, enjoying the cool down of our practice. Let's inhale, come back to the center, and then exhale, twist over towards the right. Let that left arm come to the inside of that left inner thigh. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Move with your breath. And then we'll inhale, unwind to the center, lift all 10 fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, release all 10 fingers underneath that left kneecap. Uncross that left palm of the foot. Exhale, release your left leg down the length of your mat. Whenever you're ready, from here, you can adjust yourself on the mat. Let's inhale, lift all 10 fingertips up towards the sky. And then exhale, gently roll down one vertebrae at a time to come onto your mat. Try to keep the biceps up by the ears, take a full body stretch. Once you're laying down on the mat, pointing through the toes, index fingers reach away from the crown of the head. Breathe in and breathe out. Take another breath in to lengthen, and then exhale. Let the palms of the hands come down by the width of the hips. From here, let's bend the knees. Let the palms of the feet come to rest on the mat. Make sure your low back is lying flush into the mat. Your shoulder blades are lying flush into the mat. Palms of the hands frame the width of the hips. Take a deep breath in to gently squeeze through the glutes. Lift the sit bones off of the mat for your bridge pose. There is no tension in the neck. Let your shoulder blades support you. Use that last little bit of core strength. Really squeeze through the glutes here. Breathe in. And exhale, soften the seat down towards the mat. From here, keep the shoulder blades flush into the mat. Inhale, lift the palms of the feet off of the mat. Bring your quads in line with the hips, shins parallel to the earth. Supine, tabletop position, really releasing that tension under the low back here. And then inhale, gently extend the feet up towards the sky for legs up the wall. Let yourself feel all that tension melt out of the lower limbs. Maybe start to close down the eyes, shutting down the gaze. Slow down the breath. And then from here, go ahead and come into your happy baby, reaching palms of the hands around the outer edges of the feet, around the outer soles of the feet, knees gently in towards the armpits. And massage out that low back, sway to the left and sway to the right. And then whenever you're ready, gently make your way down into that supine position, getting ready for Shavasana today. If you'd like to take a quick bound angle, or if you'd like to take any quick final stretches before we move into Shavasana, you're welcome to do so here for these next few moments. Or if you're simply ready, go ahead And come into your supine position. Let your legs gently extend down the length of the mat. Hands come to rest by the hips. If you haven't done so, start to close down the eyes, shutting down the gaze. Can you let your shoulder blades relax into the mat? Let them relax away from the ears. Maybe softening that tension out of the low back. Take a deep breath in and exhale, sigh that breath away. And you start to slow the breath back down, slow the heart rate down, and slow down the mind as well. You don't have to worry about anything here. You don't have to focus on anything today. Just let yourself release. Allow yourself this time to let go. To find a little bit more peace at the end of your practice, a little bit more peace in your day. Let that sensation drift out of your fingertips and toes. Let the jaw hang heavy. Release that furrow of the brows. And just let yourself breathe. Before we make our way into our final Shavasana today, I want you to take a moment and you can just silently thank yourself for giving yourself back this time today. I want you to thank your body for all of the hard work that it has done for you, not only today, but throughout all of your days, and for all of the work it will continue to do for the rest of your days. And just take this time to be thankful for what you have, to be thankful for your health, to be thankful for this time that we get to share together on the mat. Breathe in that gratitude, that love and peace, and exhale, let go of everything else. So you start to make your way into that final meditative state of Shavasana today. Nothing else exists here but you and your breath. Allow yourself this time to be at peace, to be at one with yourself. Whenever you're ready, you can begin to wiggle the fingertips and wiggle the toes, just slowly bringing that life and sensation back into the physical being, back in to the mind, the body, and spirit. And then whenever you're ready from here, go ahead and gently roll over onto one side of the mat. It doesn't matter too much which side. Let yourself just gently let the head rest in the crook of an elbow. And just take these final moments to appreciate the end of our practice. To appreciate all that you have, and just to be thankful for our practice today. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and press into an easy seated position. You can let one leg cross on top of the other. Let your sit bones root into the mat. Maybe let the palms of the hands come to rest on the inner thighs. And from here, we'll inhale, sweep the fingertips up overhead together. Exhale, release your hands to heart center. And thank you so much for sharing in your practice with me this evening. It is truly an honor and a blessing to see each and every single one of you on the mat. And all that is full of love and light within me honors and recognizes all that is full of that love and light within you. Namaste.